Hello, 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 all. I was so focused yesterday about the hate crime against Jesse that I did not get to speak, and please don't think that I forgot. Tom broke off, like so many of us grew up, including my family, watching you, and it is so sickening to me, although very clarifying, of why you guys want Mexico closed and deport so many Hispanics because you don't want brown babies coming true. And to me, that is so disgusting. And what a real racist comment that is. I don't care about your apology because you told the truth on how you feel and how others feel. This is what that wall is about. That's disgusting. You know, there are already brown babies here, so you better get used to it because this America is just such a melting pot. I don't get it. Do you not understand how long ago black and white people could get married? There's brown babies here everywhere. Black, brown, white, black, all colors are here. So for you to insinuate that by getting rid of these people are going to kill, and that way we don't have brown babies because people aren't ready for that. They better get over it because there's lots of brown babies here now. I mean, it's just disgusting to think that, our families were raised watching you and to find out that you're a bigot, a horrible bigot, and to find out that you would say something so disgraceful. And people really looked up to you. My dad, of course, was there at Martin Luther King rally. And you, of all people, I just, I am just at a loss for words other than disgusted, and I hope that's not why. Well, we already know that Trump is a non supporter of, Puerto Rico. He just still hasn't lived up to his end of the bargain with financial accountability for Puerto Rico. But this is just a disgraceful way, and I'm glad that you told the truth on how you feel and how others feel about this wall and what it really is truly about, because we all know that it's not truly about people coming and destroying our land and all this other crap that they were saying, because for the most part, migrant workers are hard workers. They want to be here. They want a better life because of the wholehearted, the incredible crap and violence they're fleeing from is a disgrace. And we know the U.S. could get involved and probably should have gotten involved in some of these countries where it's violent, where women and children are raped and horrifying things are happening to them, where we know you guys could have got involved and you wouldn't. Well, now we know why, and now we know why there's such a push for the caravan, because you don't want brown babies. And I'm not sure where he lives that you're so cut off to the fact that there's lots of brown people here in America, and there's lots of races, and people are, very few people are who they think they are. I mean, like, I don't even know why you would be so hateful and why people are just so hateful. You know, I understand that you might not want your race to die out, I guess, but that is a ridiculous statement. So, for all you haters out there who are building this wall, want to force a wall because you're so worried about brown babies being born and you're not ready for that, you're a little late. There's lots of brown babies here. There's lots of black babies. There's lots of mixed race children. You guys can hang that up because you're too late. You're worried about the white race running out because you decided not to have a bunch of children. You cut back on your children. You decided that there were more things important than having children. You have to get some acceptance. That's life. You can't lock up every person who's not just white. That's just ridiculous. And to build a wall just because of that, and you base things on fear. Yes, there's crime in the black community. Yes, there's crime in the white community. Yes, there is welfare assistance in the white community, which is the largest welfare assistance in the United States and the white community, as well as in the black community. There's some people that need welfare. There's nothing wrong with giving people a helping hand when they need it. I don't understand why you guys are so against helping people. And it would be great if people had medical. I mean, why should they have to go to Mexico to get medicine to be able to afford to live just a normal, healthy life? It's sad that you have to go to Mexico to go get medicine, or Canada, or other places just to get medical. That we should be able to buy medicine or medical right here in the States. It's the exact same medicine, but they're paying way, way less because their government obviously has taken the time to say, hey, we're not paying for that. Our government is keeps saying how great they are and how much power Trump has. Why hasn't he stood up to the big drug companies to prevent people from having to go out of the country to go get medicine? You want to talk about something? Let's talk about that. How about something worthwhile to talk about that? Because that affects every nationality. We want to talk about things that are going to improve America, not things that we're just so embarrassed to be Americans about, to say something like that. That, oh, I don't want brown babies. America's not ready for brown babies. When we already have brown babies here. We have black babies. We have white. We have mixed. We have everything. Wake up, you guys. I don't know where you live. I don't know where you live that you don't see any brown babies. Are you guys that sheltered? Really? Rich people don't ever see brown babies? Oh my God, even if you're in a white community, you still see people when you go out of your community, right? You're telling me there's no brown people that you've ever seen and it scares you? Why does it scare you? Do you think that all brown people are violent, are rapists, are criminals? That's what they're trying to portray, but it's not the truth. Not all brown people are violent and rapists and criminals. That is just so far from the truth. I wish people would stop stating these false claims. That is fake news, okay? Fake news. You guys want to run around here talking about all this fake news with CNN and MSNBC and all this other stuff. That's fake news. Come out of your little shell that I guess you guys live in. I guess you guys live in a shell where there's only one type of person, and I guess that's white. And I don't even know where that exists in America other than a few small towns. And even those towns have recently spoke up against hate because there's a gentleman who's going around trying to find towns with a small amount of people in them to convert them to hate groups and hate place safe havens. And they can't even do that right. So I'm trying to figure out in Trump's world, because he was in New York, clearly he saw brown people. Clearly, living in New York, he saw a brown person. So, this whole mentality of Tom and you guys thinking that all brown people is bad is so ridiculous. That is such a stereotype. That is so wrong and so untrue. In the Latino community, that's no reason to not provide funding to Puerto Rico and build a wall in Mexico because of that. That's just ridiculous. And I would hope that if that's true, that you all will hear this. You don't have to have brown babies. Raise your family however you want it. But in our family, you can marry whoever you want to marry as long as it's legal. I don't care who you marry or who you love. That is a personal choice. And your choice to marry who you want to marry, as long as it's legal, is your right. You're not going to get rid of every single Puerto Rican, every Latino, every black. There's no way to get rid of them all. Face it, America. You are going to be a diverse nation. You already are diverse. You guys live in, I guess, your country clubs where they don't accept maybe black people, brown people. I don't know where you live, where there are none ever in your communities. I'm not sure. I just know that it's ridiculous because brown people have a lot to offer. So do black. So do white, so do light skinned, so do albino, so do Muslims, so do Jewish, so do every nationality and every religion, every race. You all have something valuable to bring to the communities. So these nasty stereotypes that people are going on are just darn right disgraceful. So stop it with your stupid antics. And the people that believe them, I want to challenge you to reach out because, I had stereotypes myself. And you know what I did? I reached out to someone and they actually sat down and we talked. And guess what? We find out that we have more in common than we do apart. And that's what people need to do. Reach out and talk to someone. I don't care if you speak Spanish next to me. I could care less. I don't know why people are so upset because there are people that are speaking Spanish. It doesn't make any sense. So what if you're in America? If you want to speak Italian, you should be allowed to speak Italian. There should be no law that says you can't speak Italian or you can't speak Russian or German. You can speak whatever the heck you want to speak. Now, when you're at your job and it says, hey, we're employing you and you have to know English or whatever it is that your employee has told you you have to do that. But other than that, when you're in the grocery store, if you say something to your family member who maybe doesn't even know English, you have that right to speak to them. We even at hospitals, they have interpreters that come in and speak with doctors and nurses. So I'm not sure why right now in America people are just being so ridiculously racist. This country needs healing. You need healing quick because these stereotypes are just ridiculous. I mean, they think that women and men are all just evil. No. Men who like men, women who like women. I don't care what you love as long as it's legal. If it's legal, there should be no problem with everyone accepting it. You don't have to accept it to agree with it for you. If after you leave that job and you just don't want to be around LGBTQ people, then you go to your house and you stay in there and you, I guess, hang out, which is, I guess, what Tom does and his people. They just hang out with each other and do whatever they want to do. But chances are you're going to see some people. So you should be respectful to people's differences. You don't have to agree. You don't have to turn gay. You don't have to turn brown, white, or black. But you should be respectful of people's differences. And I think that's where the problem lays in lies. Excuse me if I'm reasoning the wrong speech for people. But I am going to tell you, as a proud person, has nothing to do with who or my religious beliefs are, what my background is, what my nationality is. It just comes from me being a good person and trying to live the best way I can. And, I don't believe in hate. Hate is something that you would have to really earn. And that's something that's really serious with me. Hate, oh, you would have had to do something very tragic to gain a hate from me. Killing of a child. There are things that I could say that we won't say, but there would be something very wrong. And it has nothing to do with this color of your skin. People, wake up. America's already brown. We're already black. We already Latino. We already white. We're already everything that you could ever imagine. You know, I hear people keep putting down the Jewish community. Let me tell you something. When I was in an abusive relationship, and I'm not mentioning who that was or when that happened, they were the very people to take me in, to help me get on my feet again, to give me the counseling that I needed, to give me the backing that at the time my children needed, the art therapy, the a whole gamut of things that I won't discuss, but I'm going to tell you, stop saying grouping and limping a bunch of people together as horrific because there are good in every every nationality. And no, I'm not Jewish, but they accepted me and they took me in and took care of me and my family. So stop judging people based on their nationality or race because it's really unfair for you to do such a thing. You know, gay men. Oh my God, I can't tell you. One signed for me a car when I was down and out and I couldn't figure out which way I was going, starting over again. So stop it. Stop in your tracks what you're talking about because you don't know the truth of how kind and wonderful people really are. Like when people didn't have family because their family shunned them or they said, too bad, you suck. I opened up my home on the holidays so these people could have a place to go celebrate the holidays with. So stop acting like, you guys are above the law and you're above everyone because you're rich. Because rich don't make you happy, one, and rich don't make you a good person, two. Obviously, you can see that. I'm here to tell you that I'm willing to protect my family, and that's my entire family. That's not just my children or siblings or any of that. I mean my entire family. I love my family. Are we perfect? No, we're not perfect family. We are not. We have faults. We have ups and we have downs. But I love my family, and I would say that over and over again. I love my family. You guys need to start loving yours. If you choose to be hateful and you don't want anything to do with certain people, keep that to yourself, dude. We don't want to hear it. When you get off from work, whatever you decide to do, I guess live in your bubble. Obviously, Tom and his friends are living in their bubble. They don't see brown people here. Well, nothing I can do about that. I'm still working on so many projects. I want to end bullying. The LGBTQ community has bullies that are like no other. You know, I've had to deal with the suicide of a child, not me personally, but a friend of mine who was bullied. Her child was bullied to death and hung herself. So for me, this is a lot deeper than just one little thing. And we know that bullying hurts and it hurts people and it could kill a person. So, parents, if you're out there, quit thinking that you're a bad parent because you had a child that was LGBTQ, gay, straight, trans. Quit thinking that. You're not a bad parent because that happened. You're a bad parent if you throw that child to the street to let them get sexually abused or sexually assaulted or just mistreated by some creep who's out there on the street looking to take advantage of a child. Because that's what they do. That's what people do. And it's never too late to go get your child, parents. Please go to a PFLAG meeting. Please, transgender, you need help. Reach out. Please, 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 I'm begging you, you are not alone and we love you no matter what. And for the Mexican, Latino, Puerto Rico, whatever you want to call it, Milano, listen, you're loved too, just as much. And the treatment that you got from this gentleman, I'm embarrassed. I'm literally embarrassed. As an American, I'm embarrassed. I'm just embarrassed that people would even think or talk this way. So for me, I'm going to apologize because I think it's disgusting that someone would say something so hurtful in America. I know he apologized, but I'm going to apologize just as an American because that's disgusting. Brown babies are beautiful, black babies are beautiful, white babies are beautiful, all people are beautiful. So Tom, if you guys want to stay in your world of whatever that may be, I guess that's what you do. You don't bother me, I don't bother you. But that still was disrespectful. And I guess it just slipped out, huh? Slipped out your true feelings. And if you and Trump are on the same page, I guess that's where you need to be with Trump. Uh, can't say anything more than that. With that, I'm going to go because it's got a busy day. Everybody have a good day. Bye. Bird.